Good morning, everyone. As George mentioned, take a seat. We're about to land together. Um, this is a real pleasure again to meet this morning and to be part of Sangha Live activities. Really make yourself comfortable this morning for this last seat together for the week. I'm Sophie Boyer. I'm calling you from the Jura mountain on the French side of it. It's grey here. To say a bit about myself, for those of you who do not know me, I'm teaching the Dharma. I've been trained at Bodhi College in the UK, and I spent some time in Burma as a Buddhist nun as well. And I see somebody I haven't been in contact with for quite a while. Hi, Louise. I'm very much interested, to share the Dharma more specifically in the healthcare environment, as I've been working as a former nurse for many years in palliative or hospice care. And I'm currently teaching in a hospital in Geneva now in an oncology ward. And also as an MBCAST instructor, mindfulness-based cognitive for seniors, Sangha Live has generously invited me to share a day of practice on the 6th of April, on the theme of really reflect and to practice around the theme of how does it feel to age in the world we are living in, and, really coming to meet together all the challenges that may present themselves, on this quite challenging time of our life. So if you feel drawn to that theme and that topic, you're really more than welcome. Otherwise, it's just a little reminder before we settle on a seat. Gentle reminder about if you wish to donate, to click on the link at the top of the chat box, where things instruction are very easy. As you know, these teachings are offered freely, and this is helping Sangha Live platform to go on offering this teaching and support as well other teachers. So thank you very much for your generosity. Now, just really taking the time to land in this moment on this chair in the space we're finding ourselves in. Allowing, maybe immobility informing us, maybe quietness or calm. Taking the space. The simplicity of just sitting, or standing, or lying down in front of the screen. connected to one another through this magical technology of internet, but also, and maybe more importantly, by this movement of releasing in this present moment. In this present moment, that is really a space where we all connect and at some point just become connection with what is here, right now. And just landing in this space. Yeah, this is a pausing moment, a stopping moment. For an hour, no need to go anywhere, no need to perform anything, no need to solve anything, no need to fix anything. Just offering to oneself this gift of just be sitting here all together, in contact with the chair, with the ground beneath our feet. We have arrived. We have arrived. And if it feels right for you this morning, if it seems appropriate for this moment, to invite awareness to land in this movement of breathing. Gently connecting with the multitude of sensations that arise from this natural movement of inflating and deflating. You're not taking over this experience of breathing. As breathing, whether conscious or not, is happening. Just inviting awareness to land there. Observing this constant movement. With a mind that is not moving. Just experiencing the coming and going of the air coming in, coming out. How a simple movement of an in-breath and an out-breath becomes such a mystery. Now, knowing where this is coming from, not knowing where it goes away. Allowing relaxation, allowing releasing tensions on an out breath. The ongoing movement of this cycle and the immobility of what sees it. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to fix. just the arising and falling of this breath, this breath. Being patient, being in a spirit of care, of kindness toward this moment. Experiencing this natural movement of life. No one there to breathe, just breathing happening. How does it feel when there is no one here to breathe, but just this natural movement of life? Just the breathing happening. And that presence, that awareness, that sees, that observes, that experiences it. Connectedness. calm, contentment, completeness. Oneness. Just sitting here, lying down, standing, offering space and presence and for this natural movement of breathing. breathing as an anchor to come back to. Home, not in the object of breathing itself, but home as what that sees, what that experience, what that holds, contain the movement of the breath. Home in what that sees, that this is breathing that is happening now. No one that breathes, just breathing happening. being home on the road. Being on the road without leaving home. Being home with whatever that's here. Without grasping, without holding, without pushing away. Just an unshakable presence that embraces it all. You take the time to get in contact with your direct environment, being opening the eyes, maybe taking the time if there's a need to stretch, to sigh, to move, taking the opportunity to feel at ease with the conditions we find ourselves in this moment. just a few seconds if you need. Get a sip of coffee, a tea, a glass of water. Staying here. Us maybe watching the screen. Us listening. Offering really this gift of presence to oneself. So it seems we have a cat sangha today. You have called your friend Sally. Thank you, Bart. Maybe this morning I would like to start. I've noticed when closing the session yesterday that one question has remained unresponded. I haven't wrote down the name of the person who raised it, but I will read the question and maybe start from here today. It was referring to this undifferentiated awareness I talked about yesterday. And the question was, are we so wired to survive that the reaction is meant to be? Leaving with paying attention to what's happening as life unfolds may help see the differentiation or space between trigger and response. It's not easy to not getting distracted with this little one. Okay, I see Harry. Shall I answer the question, George, or shall we leave Harry speaking if this is something urgent?
Maybe just let Harry confirm that he really wants to come on screen, and then I can bring him on. And in the meantime, keep on answering the question.
Okay. So this is true that our reactions are really definitely conditioned, by multiples of circumstances, cultural, geographical background, family history, individual history, tendencies we have, character, so many things. And maybe this habit of reacting is linked with the evolution of humankind, as you maybe were raising up in this question. But I'm not so much of a specialist on these. But for sure, the potential for freedom for us lies in that gap between contact with an internal or external object and what it may or not give rise to, in our experience. And what will make a difference is really this clear and discerning seeing on what is actually going on what is actually happening. As we have come to see, all along this week, it is that most of the time there is this tendency to take over, to take control as a reaction to what is, and it, as said, it takes multiple forms. And this can really be recognized and seen. And this is what is going to give rise to this shift of perception. Yeah. Can moment to moment experience be observed without thinking about what is seen? This is the real challenge. Can moment to moment experience be observed without thinking about what is seen? You know, to somehow park ourselves in a neutral location where life can be silently observed and acknowledged with the impartiality that is needed in this moment. Because no doubt this is as you all have come to see already, this is not possible to understand what something really is unless it is seen from a space that is free of the history contained within our thoughts. This is impossible. When perception of this moment, when this perception is free from belief, free from opinion, from this, as we talk, this drive to manage, this drive, this need to control, or to think that something is missing, or to believe that we're separate. There is a real and natural realignment to life, a realignment to oneness. And home is nowhere else. And in a way, maybe the wise view that the Buddha is referring to is really about questioning all forms of separation we believe in. All the forms of separation we believe in, while at the same time keeping this truth, of oneness, this truth of connectedness foremost in our heart. This is being at home on the road. Again, home as the realization that there is no other than this. No other situation, no other possibility, no other place than this. And to end, I would like to share with you a very short poem from Octavio Paz. I put it on the chat for you, that maybe some of you are familiar with, and I read it for you. This is called The Bridge. Between now and now, between I am and you are, the word bridge. Entering it, you enter yourself. The world connects and closes like a ring. From one bank to another, there is always a body stretched, a rainbow. I will sleep beneath its arches. From one bank to another, there is always a body stretched, a rainbow. I'll sleep beneath its arches. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, I ended here, and the space is now open for comments, for sharing, whether on the chat or also if there are some questions that we have enough time to maybe try to inquire together. And really, again, staying in this moment of opening to chatting and to sharing, keeping cultivating this momentum of being here. Yes, thank you very much, Lynn, for sharing. This is not an easy space to be, and I'm glad that this week has been supportive, and I'm pretty sure the fruits of practice is of a tremendous support here. And I really hope that in the midst of these challenging situations, there's some space for self-care and for self-restoration, for self-nutriment, so that the spring, keep on giving and offering. Thank you for your trust, for sharing this here. Nita, how does one deal with feelings of separation and loneliness? There's so many ways to engage with this, and this will first require that we bring close attention to what resources are available in the moment we feel separated or we feel isolated or lonely. Sometimes it will require a very pragmatic approach to just pick up the phone and call somebody we need to talk, in order to soothe a bit this feeling of separation, in just acting, in just making the effort to connect. Sometimes even this will require too much effort. In those moments, can I just bring a sense of care, sense of compassion for oneself in this moment? Is this, to check if there is acceptance of feeling that. Sometimes, when we feel disconnected or we feel lonely, it's just what lies behind is the belief that we are separate or that we are lonely. So maybe even in these moments there's enough resources just bringing a sense of inquiry. Is it true that I'm lonely? Is it true that I'm disconnected, that I'm separated? Or is it a belief? Is it just a thought telling me this? As I said this week, usually the sense of separation comes from this belief we already bought that we are separated. But when, there is awareness that can seize, and discern that this is what's happening. This is here. This is a belief. And this belief has taken probably the shape of a thought. I'm just realizing this is a thought in my mind, convincing me that I'm separated. Does this just naturally bring back to a kind of balance inside, a kind of feeling connected again? Because once this sense of separation is just seen for what it is, there is again a natural realignment to what's here. And this natural realignment, what does it bring? How does it bring? How does it bring? How does it feel? Another strategy would be to, as I mentioned at the beginning of the week, is to try to point out the Vedana, the feeling tone. This, this little tone that, okay, I feel disconnected. I feel lonely. How does it feel? Is it uncomfortable? Is there a sense of disliking? Is there discomfort? And just try, if you can, just stay there. Stay with that discomfort. And see that slowly, maybe this discomfort may change. And see if this condition change the way you are with these. I hope this is bringing some kind of, options. Yeah, this little Sally has been very funny. She really wanted to show up today. I hope I haven't, it's constantly moving. Maybe I missed some. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're coming to the end of this session. My deep gratitude to you all, also to really co-create these moments, this morning session. Even though we are in different part of the world, there's really a deep sense of connection, and this is priceless. So I wish you all a beautiful and a nurturing and meaningful time and end of the week, and hope to see you at a different space in a different time, and always the availability to meet together in the here and now. Thank you very much for your support, for your practice, for being here, for being encouraging and so kind. Thank you all.